Have you held off on ordering a mystery jewelry box because the amount of product that comes in it just seems so overwhelming to deal with? Well, I have you covered. Today I'm going to share with you 6 easy steps that it takes to process a mystery jewelry box. Hi Sequels friends, happy Saturday. I am so thrilled that you are spending your weekend here with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to talk about how to process a mystery jewelry box. I have done a couple recent unboxings of mystery jewelry in the last few months, and somebody had mentioned in a comment that it would be interesting to see how I process a box. And I never really thought about this before, but as a beginner reseller, it is kind of daunting to get a whole box of mystery jewelry and just a bit overwhelming to think of how am I going to deal with all this, especially when you see that initial dump and how much comes out. But I am telling you, it is not a daunting process at all. It is a little bit time consuming, but I have narrowed it down to 6 easy steps. Before we get into that, let me just introduce myself real quick. Should we have any new people here? My name is Heather and I am a part-time reseller across numerous online platforms, and I love to share my reselling journey with you here on YouTube. So whether you're looking for tips and tricks like this video, or you love unboxings or thrift hauls, you are definitely in the right place. All right, let's get into it. As you saw in the intro, I was opening this box, which is actually a Goodwill blue box that I've done as a previous unboxing as on this channel, and I'll go ahead and link it above for you. Getting everything out of the box is somewhat easier said than done because this is not in any packaging, so things will get stuck on the flap, things will be hidden in there. But once it's all out, you want to make sure you have a nice big surface to spread things out on, and I tend to start putting like things together. Now, even though I spread this up, it would probably be a lot more enjoyable for both of us if we just did a quick snap and we're done. Much better. So I have everything spread out, and I put, every time I get one of these boxes, you already saw how I dump everything out. And then I untangle it, which the easiest key to making sure that you can get it untangled is just to unhook everything. All those necklaces that are tangled up, just hook all of them, and that's usually the easiest way to get everything untangled. And then I line up everything that's similar in that I put all my necklaces together, all the bracelets are together. Here's some pins, brooches, earrings, and here's some more necklaces because they wouldn't all fit. So the next thing that I do is I'm going to go through all of this, and I'm just going to look like this looks. I'm just going to look at it based on silhouette if it seems saleable. Like this looks interesting and saleable. These look like those handmade paper beads that might be worth something. I just noticed that there's a random earring attached to that, so we'll put that in the earring pile. I could see that some things are broke, but the piece is there to attach it, so that would be a quick and easy fix. But there is like just this little thing, little nothing. There's this little nothing. So I'll take those things out and add them to my I don't want it box. After I do that, I'm gonna go here to these earrings and try to match everything up. Like you can tell already that some of them were easy to find while I was going through everything. Pull number 1, this is what we're getting rid of. So it's all mismatched earrings that don't have any pairs. Like I said, these ropey bracelets. I don't even know how, sorry, I'm looking at it in real life and it's blurred on the screen. I don't even know how they work. So anyways, all this is just broken stuff, so it's gonna go in the box. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is just look over everything and see if it's broken or if I missed anything. As I was going through these, I pulled out this one and I noticed that you could see the colorations coming off the bead. So I'm gonna add this to my I don't want it pile. And then we're down to just one side of the table now, so that's progress. Now, what I'll end up doing from this point is I'm gonna go ahead and take these items and start putting them in my spreadsheet. So what does that mean? That means that we need to get out, if I can find where I put it, this is my don't look at drawer. So what I'm gonna get out next is my jeweler's loop to help me old eyeballs see some more details if I see any stamping or anything on it. And I'm just gonna take all of my items and put them on my spreadsheet. So as I'm pulling up these things to put them on my spreadsheet, I'll put them all on my spreadsheet, and then that'll give me time to look up the brands, because usually I'll use those spreadsheets while I'm like watching TV or something to look up everything. Any markings I can find, anything I can find, anything I can link together. Like I may end up wanting to do a lot of statement necklaces to try to get a little higher price point. I might want to do a lot of some of these bracelets to get a higher price point. You can see my hands, if I can see. Here you go. You can see how filthy my hands are just from going through this jewelry. So after, which was interesting because the other bag of jewelry I have from another, from American Thrift Supply, did not make my hands this dirty. So that's kind of interesting. So what I'll most likely do after this is I just put some Dawn dish liquid in some hot water and just run them through real quick. A lot of times I'll use this, which helps get all the tarnish off and makes it look a little nicer. Only if, when I look these up, they're worth any value. Or maybe they're only selling for 10 bucks, in which case I'm not gonna worry about doing all this stuff. So you have to think about all that as you're doing it, because it may be worthwhile for you to clean all of them, but I just don't wanna put the time and effort into stuff that's not gonna bring me a decent dollar amount. This chrome, semi-chrome polish is also good to use on a towel to kind of test bracelets like this to see if they're Bakelite. Now these are pretty lightweight, so I don't think they're Bakelite, but I'll still test them just to be on the safe side. So we've separated all of our jewelry, we pulled out all the non-saleable items, and we've created bundles and pricing for everything that we have. So now we're on to the normal steps of reselling. It is time to photograph, measure, and package up our items. The same steps you would normally do if you were onto clothing now. After you thrifted the clothes, washed the clothes, itemized the clothes, determined what your price would be, it's time to photograph. I just use my table right here and I grab my ring light. Trusty ring light is helpful and works for this photography as well. And then I just bend that ring light straight over so it's looking down on the table. As you can see from the photography angle, it creates a nice white background. And then I just set my phone right down on that table so there's some stability, and I snap my photo. And as you can see, here's what the photo turns out like once I remove the background. Now that we have our photography done, you need to make sure that you measure it and you package it. Normally I would snap a picture right here. This would be the last part of my photography process, but I'm using the camera to show you how I do this. So I would just measure this, snap a picture, and then put it away. The last and final step is no different than it would be if you were listing any other item. It is time for step 6, list across all of your platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you found this video useful in any way, please do consider hitting that thumbs up button. It really does help my channel, and it also means the world to me. If you like to see more reselling content, just go ahead and click on my head right there and hit that subscribe button. Or why don't you watch some more reselling videos? Yeah, I have playlists full of them, and I'm thinking you would really enjoy watching this one. So check it out.